Welcome back, folks. This is the Valorant Game Changers Academy April edition, and we're down to the grand finals. Best of three, the last two teams that we have after all of that Valorant. Down to NICKY'S Eggs versus NOBEAT. My name is Nathan, and I'm going to be casting the series with my friend here, Grammy Z. I am really excited for this series, Grammy. But let's talk a little bit about that last game, then, shall we? What happened there?
I mean, Novi, they were just, I think they were able to adapt to Crazy Girl's playstyle based on their the previous time that they uh had a matchup, which was back on Ascent. And Crazy Girls, as you mentioned before, Datum, they gave Nobi a little bit too much respect. They weren't as willing to go aggressive on the defense side, which I completely understand. But on the rounds that they did, it actually worked out well for them. So unfortunately for them, Crazy Girls will be knocked out of this tournament, and Nobi are the ones who will advance to the grand finals best of three here.
Yeah, and I'm really loving that we are going to be seeing another competitor try their best against NICKY'S Eggs, because if you guys remember, let's if we could take a look at the bracket one more time here. In the upper bracket semi-final, or the upper bracket final, it was Team No Beat that went up against NICKY'S Eggs. Now in the grand finals, it's gonna be Crazy Girls going up against.
Wait, I think
No, it's No
the
Beat.
other way around.
Oh,
Hold up.
sorry. It's No Beat. It's Crazy Girls that went up against NICKY'S Eggs in the upper bracket final. Now it's No Beat going up against them in the grand finals. I got that mixed up in my head. So it's a fitting end to this story that everyone is gonna be trying their luck against sort of the undefeated champ here, NICKY'S Eggs. And I'm super excited to get into it. Speaking of that matchup, it is a best of three. The only best of three that we have is going to be in this grand final. And I believe we have the map veto ready as well. Let's take a look at that. Okay, we're going into Haven, which is picked by NOBEAT. NICKY'S Eggs picking Ascent. And then the decider, should we get into it, is Pearl. And I think this is the first time we're going to be seeing Pearl on the broadcasted games if we get into game number three.
Yeah,
But
if we get
I
if we
do
get
hope
there.
we get there. I mean, come on, I hope we get there.
I mean, Pearl is such a fun map to watch, and I really want to watch like what these teams have up their sleeve here. But
Harbor,
we are gonna be
perhaps,
Harbor, maybe
maybe.
Harbor. But I think let's stick to map one first. I think Haven. We've seen it before on broadcast once, and that was Nobi versus Oriole,
Yes,
I
yes,
I
yes,
believe,
yes.
and Nobi, they had a very strong performance on the map itself, going 13-3 against Oriole Estrella. And coming into this, I think, despite not having Buja X today, I still believe that they will have a lot of firepower. As we saw before, they really love this double duelist composition. And with Santiago coming into the mix, I'm excited to see what kind of composition they're going to bring out on Haven.
Yeah, I probably would expect the same thing. Honestly, same composition that they do have in from yesterday's game. I mean, you did say Buja is not going to be playing anymore. It said Santiago, who did play the Killjoy last game, is going to be filling her in. But it's this is no beat we're talking about, right? They can switch around the roles, they can switch around the duelist. But I do have to say, Buja had an absolutely massive performance in Haven yesterday. I'm taking a look at yesterday's scoreboard, and her combat score is twice that of the nearest teammate that they had yesterday in Haven. So, if the I think the composition is going to be the same, but the performance of that composition is the big question mark for me, especially going up against an opponent that they have yet to face, and that's NICKY'S Eggs, who, mind you, has been undefeated this entire time. They took down Crazy Girls yesterday, and it was a long game. It was 18-6, and I believe it was Icebox. It was the longest game that we've had in the playoffs. But now Nobeat is going to be attempting their luck against Crazy Girls. Going to be back to square one, back to adaptation from the scratch. It's a good thing, though. It is a best of three, so there's a little bit more room to adjust.
That's definitely true. And I think given the room to adjust, as you mentioned, Datum, Nobeat might be able to perform a miracle here to take down NICKY'S Eggs. But NICKY'S Eggs, they're not a small team themselves. I mean, they have made it all the way undefeated to make it into the grand finals. And them going 18 to 16 against Crazy Girls just in a best of one, and I don't think they've played before. And I think that just shows their ability to adapt mid match.
Yeah, absolutely. Uh, one of the things that showed us, excuse me, one of the things that was showcased to us in that last game compared to yesterday's game was that NOBEAT, they're a team that proved that they could be they are very very flexible. Yesterday they took things very very quickly. They were a little bit on the one side of things in the sense that they like just playing at certain tempo. And the earlier game in Split, they showed us that they can play at different speeds. They could go fast, they could go quick, and they could adapt on the fly based on what their opposition is putting up to the plate against them. Even on the attacking side or in the defensive side, where it was Crazy Girls who was trying to get the speed for themselves, trying to set the tempo for themselves. NOBEAT was able to keep the score line at an even score, despite the fact that rather Crazy Girls tried to catch them off guard every single round. That's one of the things that I do really love about NOBEAT. They they have a lot of flexibility and they have a lot of room for movement, and not just in terms of the way they play the map, but in terms of flexibility across the compositions as well. Even though they only like playing double duelists, I believe they can play a lot more compositions than this. But here we go. Agent Select is available. All of our teams are ready, all of our players are ready. Let's get right into it. We're going into Haven, and these are the agents that we are going to be seeing.
Phoenix? Do you think we? I think
Um,
last time around it was Oriole who had the
yeah.
Phoenix, but this time Bankai might.
Oh,
What?
there you go. There
Oh,
you go.
there we go. There we go. Okay, this has just gone from interesting to extremely
Yeah.
interesting, and we're actually gonna see a chamber on the
Chamber.
side of Nikki's eggs
Ch-
as well.
Chamber Astra. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's
I
not.
mean, chamber. It's not every day you see him being played in your games now, just because of the nerf that he got to basically all of his
Everything.
ability.
What?
But Nikki's eggs pulling him out just might mean that they are really confident with this pick here.
Wow, I'm really excited for this match already. We got a Phoenix on the one hand, and we got a Chamber on the other, and I'm so stoked. I haven't seen this type of matchup in years. It feels like. I mean, yesterday we did talk about this when Solitude picked up for Oreo, and I said, or I touched upon the dynamic between the run it back and the chamber traps. When chamber was meta, Phoenix was used just to clear up those chamber traps, and now that could definitely be a factor here. That could definitely be something that No Beat is gunning for here. Buja X not on the board, so no raise player dedicated in that team may be what's the driving factor is here for that composition. But I do believe they do have a raise, right? No Beat do have a
Yeah,
raise
I
in their
think Secret
composition.
is
Yeah.
going on the race actually,
So
which is a switch up from the Reina.
true.
I mean, as a Reina, you don't really see her going in first, but this time around, I think she will be showing us a lot of firepower, and like the burst potential that she has will be really strong as well. But let's talk about the duelists on the other side though. Nikki's eggs actually picking up the jet.
Mm. A bit more on the standard side, right? I mean, the breach jet combo always a good thing, always a nice to have. It's very reliable, and well, for the most part, you do see a ton of KO paired up with a Sova, particularly in maps like Haven. But Breach definitely works as well, especially with a
Placing
Jet here.
swarm grenade.
Can set up for some nasty plays, especially with an Astra. But I do have to say, it's not the most common of combos, right? Breach Sova is not the go-to anymore, not to say the least. But here we go. B-side execute happening
Bot
for
coming
Nikki's
down.
eggs, and they take control of the tailwind
Oh,
forward. Hani Bam walking into 3. Minotaur good for the first touch.
Spike
Secret
down
good
A.
for 2.
Last
That's
player
Spike in the middle. A Link bye-bye says goodnight, Lumpia Rapper. And that's No Beats again with the pistol round.
I mean, that was definitely an unexpected side take from the side of Nikki's eggs.
Here.
It's not. I don't think it's. very common that you see teams try to take B on their pistol round itself. Most of the time you see them try to go A, try to go garage, but this B take was a very interesting play to try and catch NOBEAT off guard, but unfortunately it didn't work out in their favor because when you head to B, right, it just means the players on the side of the defense are able to crunch in on you as you walk in from both sides. So that definitely played a factor coming into this. But this time around, they have the buys, no beat. But bye in a little bit of a dangerous position here.
Oh,
Able to catch the first and make it out alive at that. Handy Fam goes down.
yeah, roar to roar, just outside of the dark cover. When bye push through it. That means there's no trade happening. So free B basically for no beat. Nicky's eggs with a much slower approach this time. It's classics in hand, so it's really hard to imagine just how much the damage they can pull off here. About to walk into the Killjoy setup with one player on the flank. About to spot one of those opposing players down in B. But there you go, Minotaur with the first touch. Just a slight peek and a headshot connects. Secret gets Lumpia Rapper. And now, after Smoke's getting laid out, ton of utility getting pumped by Neon here. But look at the counter util just to stop them. Neon gets dunked, gets Kobe'd by Secret, and now Secret goes in for the 3K flawless favor of NOBEAT.
That's really the best case scenario you want to have here, especially coming into this full buy round from NICKY'S Eggs Nobi. They're able to preserve all their weaponry from the second round itself, so they're gonna be trying to get as many weapons off the hands of NICKY'S Eggs. And looking at the economy, if they're able to do so, I don't think NICKY'S Eggs will be able to recover. But let's see if NOBEAT have something up their sleeve here, because NICKY'S Eggs, they seem like they want to go fast this time around.
Perhaps not necessarily the go-to when it comes to round number 3s here, especially because the risk of giving those upgrades to your opponents are very, very high. It seems you're right. Nicky's Eggs taking a bit of a faster approach. Oh, Bear Rapper going down. A bit too late on the rendezvous. Santiago finds one for himself. Spike in the middle of nowhere. They can't retrieve it. It's just outside of sewers. They can't even get past the smoke. Vermeer
This running gun
is getting run and gunned. Now it's all down to just one player, roar to roar. And she is not going to be finding anything. And like I said, it's a very risky rush from Nicky's Eggs, and they paid massive for it.
Look at this drive-by coming in from Minotaur. Not once, but twice at that. Just causing a distraction for both these players on the side of Nicky's Eggs. They get taken down. What a round coming in from NOBEAT here. They're able to get these weapon upgrades, free rifle upgrades. And Nicky's Eggs, they are going to be going on the back foot this time around. Hani does have a stinger in her hand, so she will be trying to make some magic happen this time around. But NOBEAT, look at how they're playing.
Pushing through garage. Nicky's Eggs, no beats. One player down in long, one in C.
the flash.
Stinger. The flash doesn't work out massive, but Bye able to recover. It's Lumpia Rapper picking up the Phoenix there. Now they're taking control of the site. Nicky's Eggs to finally get the spike down. Be retake for the NOBEAT squad.
Oh,
The Rapper goes down. Bye with the upgrade. Or rather with the gun.
One enemy remaining.
Secrets nullifies roar to roar there. Bye for the 3K. NOBEAT back on the board 4-0. Nicky's Eggs, despite getting the spike down and getting an upgrade for themselves, just wasn't enough to hold through.
yeah, I mean, when it came to the post-plant scenario, they were completely overwhelmed by this multi-pronged approach coming in from the side of NOBEAT. You saw just the pull from the garage kill there that Bye got just drew so much attention for the players from CT to flood in and clean up that round itself. But coming into this round, the 5th round on the board, Nicky's Eggs, they have a lot of work to do here. This is going to be a very important round for them to win out.
Yeah, I would expect NICKY'S Eggs could pull a timeout at this point, but not doing so, quite curiously enough. Just playing for a much slower
Oh,
approach, but again, no beat. No hesitation on that aggression. Bankai X, of course, leading the charge. Lumpia Rapper finds Santiago with a spam. And again, Bankai X trying to create that space. About to see
Bomb buddy out.
someone just around the window area.
Too slow.
What?
oh,
Lumpia
no
Rapper
way.
botches the boom botch spam down. So now they're down to last three. NICKY'S Eggs have to execute now into site. Well, there's no one inside there. Just a Killjoy setup, but okay. Good couple of kills from Roar and Hanifam. That's gonna net them off the spike plant. Spike's up close! What a swing! Second one, no good. All down to Bankai now. Has the wall, has the hot hands, no flashes anymore. He's got no info
One
either.
enemy remaining.
Bankai good for the first touch. Hot hands. Knows where Roar
Oh.
is, and what a clutch. Starts it off the way she ends it as well. 5-0, and Bankai with a beautiful clutch.
That was really well played from Bankai. You see, just look at this.
Too slow.
She just doesn't care. She just pushes it down C where the Sofa isn't really the Sofa isn't really like aware or like just unexpectedly she just swings out, and Bankai off the back of those the hot hands right there, just drawing attention to the other side of the Radiant box, and she swings from the other side. This time, NICKY'S Eggs, Bladestorm in hand. Hani has a lot of work to do as they make their way up grass here, up mid. Santiago, the first line of defense, catches one of God, but Roar is good for the trade.
Here.
Waiting for this execute. Might get spotted out by this Owl drone. Goes aggressive. Able to find one, but Bankai good for the trade. Run it back. Activated. Curveball to come through to deny the site from the side of NICKY'S Eggs. And she's able to find a kill onto Vermeer as well. Roar has to make a play here. Has to go aggressive. Going onto the C site. It's a 2v2 situation. Both of the players of NICKY'S Eggs have their key ultimates in hand. The Rolling Thunder as well as the Cosmic Divide.
Spike planted.
The post plant looking good here. Already setting up camp in C long.
One enemy remaining.
Showstopper a little bit too early there. I'm not anticipating Neon is gonna be up close, but here comes the Rolling Thunder. Perfectly tapped there. Enough time to buy herself a little bit more space, but Bankai X go down. Roar with a decisive push, and that is NICKY'S Eggs on the board finally. It all started with this. Hanifam going into the sites. Beautiful shot onto Santiago, and then Bankai deciding to push up, which looks a little bit risky, but then it got shut down for some reason.
Here.
But it really came down to the wire. Raw
Yeah.
actually, I think maybe just like one shot away as well. So a really dangerous round, but they're able to make it work. NICKY'S Eggs are back into this first point on the board. Seems like this time around, C is the name of the game with this recon dot coming through. No information garnered though. Bankai breaks it. But Lumpia Rapper already makes her way up into garage, able to take out the Killjoy from the Minotaur. That's the utility shut down for them. Bankai the only one left on the site itself. Hani just barely misses the players on site. Bye-bye and Bankai cleaning things up for the team, and suddenly Lumpia Rapper is the only one left alive in this 1v4 situation. Cosmic Divide goes down. Secret. Able to catch a timing here. No, Lumpia Rapper cleans it up. Aware of the other push as well.
Okay.
Good for 3 in the round. Bankai falls. But the spike is still going to be on the C side.
See, on the other side of the world here. Lumpia Rapper, Tour de Force is available. Rendezvous just on cooldown.
30 seconds left.
Just ended cooldown, rather. But the shots do not connect. It's Bye-Bye's headshots who will ring true. No beat back on the board, 6-1, and I love just how quickly they responded after that cosmic divide. After it got invested, they immediately rotate into C. And look at that shot from Bankai as well, setting up the flash. Just icing on top of that cake, just cleaning house there. The two of them, Bankai and Bye Bye. Speaking of Bankai and Bye Bye, they're the first two on the double digits here, 10 kills apiece. A ton of impact being bought, particularly Bye Bye and Bankai rather, creating that space, even challenging the tour de force. Gets a shot in, not the headshot. Lumpia Rapper happy to welcome another peak there. But Bankai says, nope, I don't want to play.
Gonna be heading slowly but surely over onto this A site though, but things might look dangerous here because there is all this killjoy utility being set up. Santiago has already cleared out mid early round, but Lumpia Rappa, she's gonna be pushing up this mid position to try and catch any rotations from coming through. It seems like this time around they want to go towards A, where only two players on the side of NOBEAT are playing on the site itself. Might get overwhelmed here with 4 players coming their way. But on these lower buys, NICKY'S, they have so much work to do. This Nanostorm completely denies this push, and Bye Bye finds the kill onto Nian.
Paranoia is beautiful.
Lumpia Rapper catches that rotation though onto Santiago, and Secret now she's
go.
aware. The Lumpia Rapper doesn't care. Finds the second in a round. Now NICKY'S, they have the numbers advantage. But Bankai, as well as Bye Bye, she's already so far pushed up. Finds first. Can she find another? Roar gonna get the trade, but unfortunately no more time left on the clock for NICKY'S.
Clutch.
Wow. Just cutting off the rotation. Flank on top of flank. I mean, credit where credit is due. That is a ton of space being bought by Lumpia Rapper there. Finding a couple of stragglers on the flank. But at the end of the day, they just weren't able to get into sight. They were struggling so much to get into sight because of the Killjoy util and the Paranoia and the sky and the dark cover rather.
Careful there.
Perfectly set up there in a sight. On top of Bankai just creating space.
Careful there.
Bye Bye too. Bye Bye as well. Rotated the long way around.
Right there.
Cutting off the rotation enough to buy so much time.
Look at that, they're already preparing for this recon dart to land. And this time though, want to make a repeat of the first round, a pistol round itself. Hani already proccing a tailwind, breaks all the Killjoy utility on the side itself, and the Hunter's Fury invested. Will it be able to find anything? Answer is no, but the run it back goes in. Bankai trying to clear out the space for her team. Bye Bye and Bankai making it work. The top two on the leaderboard, Minotaur and the rest of the team flooding into the site itself. And suddenly the tides have turned. It's come down to a 2v5 situation. NICKY'S, what can they do with all this utility in front of them?
Silver lining, defuse not happening yet. Still have a fair bit of utility for themselves. Good Gust comes out. One enemy remaining. That's Neon. Buying so much time. Still time ticking away. They should defuse right now. No beat. They get the kills. And they do have enough time. So NICKY'S, they attempted the B side quick hit, but no luck this time against No Beat. And the way No Beat plays this comp, Grammy, it feels like a quadruple duelist setup. with the way they just enter site and just push in, get the frags.
Can I get a drop?
It's amazing.
It really is, and especially when you have Bankai on their running back. It just gives her a second life, and timeout finally being called from the side of NICKY'S. They have to find a way to try. I think the key thing is that their side takes, they do work out like some of the times. They are able to get the spike plant down, but the post plant snarrow is a different situation. They aren't really able to hold their positions despite all the utility being invested.
That is true.
Right here.
NICKY'S. Wow, this is not a disadvantageous spot that NICKY'S have found themselves yet in this entire tournament, I believe. And that's where your mental is really gonna get tested here. When you are at a winning spot, it's easy to keep a good mental, right? I mean, it's easy to keep your players confident because you're winning. But when you're down 7 rounds, that's a tough ask here for the players. They're gonna have to hold strong. This is the grand finals after all. Should have expected this big of a challenge going into it. I wonder what they're gonna pull this time. It's one of the most important rounds of the half. This is where limits are gonna
Oh, this
be.
curveball!
It's perfect from Bankai. Nia trades it out, but Bankai gets to another amazing start here for NOBEAT.
I think Roar might have a read here. Knows Bye-Bye is pushed up and trying to get a kill, but unfortunately, she's gonna make it out away, back to safety. But Secret already on the flank without this chamber trip.
One enemy
Lock it
remaining.
down. She's able to find two from the flank. There's one more, but Nian traded out the first. She finds the second, but unfortunately, unable to clean up the round for her team. Minotaur to take her down. And it's 9 points on the board for NOBEAT.
8-round lead. And I was saying earlier that was such an important round for
Need a drop.
the eggs because it's the
Remaining.
round in where they could set the limit. Is it gonna be 8? Is it gonna be 9? Or are they gonna go all the way up to an 11th round win here for NOBEAT? And so far, it's not looking good for NICKY'S eggs because after that round where they invested everything, they risk playing against double digits now that they're on the save.
They do have 3 ultimates to play with here, though. So it could come in crucial for this round itself. And I really like how NOBEAT trying to switch up the playstyle. Last round, we saw Bankai try to go aggressive with that curveball out of garage. This time around, NICKY'S eggs, they might be expecting this, so they don't try to go for it this time around.
Yeah. I love the discipline as well from the NOBEAT squad. You talk about the curveball and how often that aggression has been put up to the plate, but now that they know that they've got more to lose in this round, not giving it an inch, not even given an opportunity, not even peeking against NICKY'S eggs now. Garage getting swarmed. Curveball is perfect.
the
One
curve
more
was-
time, and Bankai watching from both angles, ready for that
Oh
recon.
no, the recon!
30 seconds
Not ready
left.
for the second swing down in long, so that's gonna be sight take this time for NICKY'S eggs, and they open up garage as well. So this is a very comfortable position. They should be able to pull through from this.
It's definitely so, especially with the Hunter's Fury and so much post-spawn utility. This time around, NICKY'S eggs, they have a shot. Look at this, Hani. Playing in an off angle here, the Killjoy lockdown goes down. Hani good for one, Minotaur good for the trade. This lockdown is going to be forcing these players off the site, but all of these players have the ultimates in their hands. It's going to be a very hard defuse for the side of NOBEAT here, and the time is running low.
There they are.
Off the back of that flashpoint, Nian swings. Santiago good for one, but Raw trades it out, and it's a second point on the board for NICKY'S eggs.
Yeah, didn't have the
Last
controller
round before
for
the
that
switch.
diffuse attempt, so good round for NICKY'S eggs. They open up the space. Bankai though putting up as much resistance as she can. Against overwhelming odds, can't really do much. NICKY'S eggs at least able to find themselves one more round. One more round after this, and they are at least at a doable spot. 9-3. It's not the best thing in the world, but also not the worst. And the good thing about the best thing about that round, rather, Remy, is that they didn't invest any ults. So they still have 4 ults to their name. NICKY'S eggs they're looking secure in this round as long as they are able to invest these ults, not give away any of these kills to Bankai.
Speaking of ults, Bankai has to run it back, and we saw how deadly she was with it online. So it could come in as a difference maker in this round itself as well. Secret spots our Lumpia Rapper just right outside of A. Trying to go for this headshot. But Secret's not gonna give her anything. Minotaur ready here. to support her teammate as well, but they make it out while taking out this nano swarm on the site itself, causing so much distraction over on the A side, and it seems like they want to head towards C instead. And off the back of this rolling thunder is caught bye-bye off guard, and the Cosmic Divide making things ever so hard for them to make it back to the site, especially
30
with this
seconds
run
left.
back offline now. It's gonna be a 5v5 retake situation this last round and a half itself, I think.
At least now Nobi's got the liberty of choosing where they're gonna approach front. It could be three-prong approach, one in flank, one in garage, and one from Bankai. 1 HP left on Lumpia Rapper, flashed away, still gets the kill. How is that possible? Nicky's Eggs not even having to invest a lot of that ults. Just one, just the Cosmic Divide. It's all down to bye-bye. 1v5, just the Guardian, enough to shut down Roar. Second one at that as well, but Honey Fam denies bye-bye if anything more. 9-3. Nicky's Eggs.
Switching
At
sides.
least they get themselves free on the board. This is still doable for them, as long as they secure the 6 rounds it needs to equalize the score.
One enemy remaining.
And, of course, that starts with securing the pistol.
That's a good spot.
But this time though, Nobi, they're gonna be on the attacking side. They have the opportunity to try and set the pace, and we've seen them do it on the defense itself sometimes when they try to go for aggressive picks. Speaking of aggressive picks, Nicky's Eggs, they do have the chamber. Lumpia Rapper might want to try for an aggressive pick down mid here.
Two-prong approach from A main, from A long rather. Honey Fam, Beach, Util not available anymore, out of range. Killjoy Torrent spots out one person outside of mid. Bankai, she anticipates that someone's right around the corner. Aldrone used up just to make sure. That should confirm their suspicions. I think it spot out 2 players. Curveball available, hot hands up close and personal. They didn't see Honey Fam up close. So bye-bye, only able to find one after 2 people gone down for no beat. It's disastrous there. Pro 2 finds the straggler. Now they're closing in. Nicky's Eggs coming for the jugular. The right click, Lumpia Rapper flick. Done excellently. The Secret's all alone. And this should be the round here for Nicky's Eggs. Secret's down to 40 HP, 16 HP now. It's a team ace for Nicky's Eggs. Man, that Aldrone, unfortunate that didn't spot Honey there, but Nicky's Eggs should be happy that they picked up this pistol.
Definitely so, and I think this aggression coming in from Nicky's Eggs was very well played, and unfortunately for Nobi, they weren't really able to adapt to that. Despite Nicky's Eggs fighting for the control down A long as well as mid, Nobi, they were just trapped in their spawn, and Nicky's Eggs closing in from all sides. They had nothing left to do but try and fight, but unfortunately for them, they weren't able to win out the fights here. The spot line is good as well. Roar finds Santiago. That's the Sova down. No more information on the side of NOBEAT, and Raw good for another as well. Bye-bye. Headshot with the Sheriff onto Hani. I think NOBEAT, they actually forced up this round. This Astra utility coming in stalls so much time.
Yeah.
This push to come through. But they still do have garage control though.
Just
NOBEAT.
judge. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh! Neon. That's an upgrade as well. They open up C side, so that's going to be the quick rotate. 3v3. This is doable here. Secret still got the judge. Oh, they might be thinking this is a bait. They don't see anyone. Secret. What? That's so far away. Okay, they did trade it out. 2v2. Up close.
Oh, no.
No, not expecting. And that's
It's the
another
judge
judge
again.
kill.
It's the judge
And up close,
again.
the recon doesn't help out a
enemy
lot
remaining.
because it's a 2v1. That is bye-bye on the board. Beats secured the 10th with barely any investment.
Survived obliteration.
That is the last thing that Nicky's eggs want.
Precision kill.
Look at this again, the
kill.
judge.
That's so far.
One enemy
How does that
remaining.
get the kill? Judge things.
Judge things. Oh no. And this just means that Nicky's eggs coming into this round, the third round and round and a half itself, they won't have the economy to be able to buy up. And up against these rifles on the side of NOBEAT, it's gonna be so much harder for them to try and make this comeback work. Do have the potential to do so though. But this heavy pressure towards this A site
Grenade. Satchel out.
Comes out.
coming.
Secret for the execute. And remember, Nicky's eggs doesn't have much weaponry inside the cloud
Oh,
burst, though. They have to be
Bankai.
careful. Bankai from
What?
behind.
Wait.
Still alive. Classic. But they don't need the classic when Secret is around the corner. That's no beats. Pushing themselves to 11 here, Grammy. And, well, this is a classic round here for Nicky's eggs. Not a lot of resistance to be brought out. But still,
One
the
enemy
frags from
remaining.
NOBEAT is looking absolutely
Bankai was
gorgeous.
just running it down.
I know.
Right there.
She just don't care. She's like, yup.
Yeah.
Drive by, mow down, goodbye, good night.
Bankai
7
go
points
kill.
on the board. Bankai go kill is the strat here.
Here.
This time, Nicky's eggs, they want to take the fight towards NOBEAT, but they recognize this. NOBEAT already making their way towards A. No one is on site to stop this push. Site is free for the taking. The 3-man flank though might get caught out.
It's an alarm bot.
And Bye Bye's already in position to deny this push.
Oh no.
They don't wait for this hour drone to clear it out. They don't
They don't use it! On him!
they
On
don't
her!
know.
That's massive from Bye Bye. You know, she doesn't get cleared by the drone, and that's a flawless from NOBEAT. Just one position, just one ability, the alarm bot. And Bye Bye's
One last
close angle. They get destroyed for it.
Remaining. Flawless.
Meanwhile, in sight, they dismantle of the retake as well. It's match point. And look at the eco here, Grammy. Nicky's eggs have got no guns.
No guns and not a lot of ultimates to work with as well. They do have the Rolling Thunder, but they really have to try and make things work this time around. It's already a match point for the side of NOBEAT. It seems like they want to go in fast off the back of this curveball and run it back that Bankai has. Push is already coming through. He's gonna get stalled by this gravity well though. Bankai spots out one. The flash is good. Nien, good for one. Lumpia with the follow-up. And Bankai trying to make things work.
Down.
2 of her own actually. She's gonna get forced out by this aftershock, but she does not care. She's good for 3, but finally Roar takes her down.
Of
Able to
course.
retrieve the spike from the shadows of NOBEAT.
Of course.
So 1v2.
Of course she's on the other side
Spike
of the map.
planted.
TP's all the way up to heaven as well. Unfortunately, for Bye Bye, there's 2 guns coming in her way. 2 upgraded guns.
Last player standing.
Spotted out and traded
Oh.
out. Okay, that was close. Bye Bye. Just barely getting taken down there, but Nicky's eggs pushed themselves to 5. But still, Grammy, look. It's still just Vermeer left alone, so Nicky's eggs eco, it's still gonna be broken.
My ult is ready. You failed. Now flee.
It's definitely a dangerous situation for Nicky's eggs, but this time around, no. They will have the Rolling Thunder and Hada's Fury to work with. Let's take a look at this once again. Bankai
One enemy remaining.
single-handedly taking everyone on the side of Nicky's eggs down, and Nicky's eggs, they're able to get the cleanup here. I think that was great awareness from Roar herself to be aware that Bye Bye could be lurked up in heaven. She was ready for that fight.
She was. Thankfully for Nicky's eggs, it's not as bad as I thought it would be in terms of eco. But I'm liking that they're challenging these angles now. Look at
Oh.
that Lumpia wrapper. barely
What a
sees the
shot.
head of Bankai there. Fancies another go at it with Hani up close, just outside of window. But there's
Oh,
way
no.
too many people
Spike down
there.
mid.
At least Roar finds one more. Hani stuck between a rock and a corner. Finally going down there.
Need that back.
And everyone from Nicky's Eggs are feeling the push. Look at how deep everyone is. Look at how deep Nian is getting.
Might not be aware of this. Oh, they are!
Remaining.
Turret catches Nian just
Yes.
at the wrong time, and
Yeah.
Bye Bye is able to find the pick onto Roar as well. What happened to be a 3v3 has now turned into a 1v3 for the side of Nicky's Eggs. Things are not looking good, especially with this late lurk coming in from the back.
Oh
from
no.
Minotaur.
Oh no. Oh!
Cancels! He cancels! Oh,
Oh.
oh my god.
Attackers win.
Okay. That's scary for a second, but there you go. No beats. Secure Haven. What a performance from them, taking down the undefeated opposition here. It is a best of three, so Nicky's Eggs can still come back from this, but what a performance. What a showing, especially from Bankai and Bye Bye. Look at the frags. These two girls are killing it.
Yeah, and I mean, Santiago, with her utility as well, she was able to support her team really well, especially with that one round that I think Nicky's Eggs invested the Cosmic Divide on the seaside. The recon dart coming in from Santiago just caused so much chaos for Bankai and Bye Bye to frag out. So well played to her as well, and all these members pulling their weight to make this victory possible. NOBEAT one step closer to winning this grand final.
13-5. That's it. No more room. Or actually, yeah, no more room to work with here for the side of Nicky's Eggs. One more loss and they will be out. They will be bumped down to second place. But that is just the first game of our best of three here, folks. There is still light at the end of the tunnel here for the side of Nicky's Eggs. Should they pull through in their map pick, which is Ascent. But we did see, I believe we saw NOBEAT yesterday on Ascent as well, and they really performed in it. But we'll have to see how that's going to transpire in the next game. But before that, we'll just be having a quick break. My name is Adam Casting here with Grammy. Don't go anywhere because we'll be right back after this.
Welcome back to Valorant Game Changers Academy here. My name is Grammy, joined by Adam, and we're back with the grand finals of the April edition of this tournament. And it's Nicky's Eggs who have lost the first matchup against NOBEAT. It's a best of three here. NOBEAT winning out on their map pick of Haven with a very convincing scoreline of 13-5. Now we're gonna be heading towards Ascent.
Yeah, I'm seeing a pattern here, Grammy. NOBEAT. Whenever you give Haven to them, they're just going to perform, no matter the setting, no matter the opponent. Last time we saw them in Haven, it was a stomp and a half, to say the least. Now, well, I was kind of expecting a different story, but nope. It is the grand finals, but still they won with a very convincing fashion here in Haven, 13-5. The next map is going to be Nicky's Eggs map pick Ascent, but we also saw NOBEAT here yesterday, and they, suffice to say, performed here as well yesterday.
Yeah, definitely. And even though they did lose out on their first time playing on Ascent, they were able to adapt their playstyle to bring it out, to bring their aggressive playstyle out on the second time they played the map yesterday.
Oh,
Another convincing
well,
win, actually,
to say the least.
to say the least.
It's the best performance that we saw in this entire tournament. It was 13-0 yesterday in Ascent. And it was well, it was a quick game for sure. But now that we're on the grand finals, Nicky's Eggs, perhaps this is their comfort map as well. If Haven is one of the comfort maps of NOBEAT, perhaps Ascent is Nicky's Eggs comfort, which is why they picked it. Which either way means we're going to be seeing an action-packed game. The question remains though, what type of composition are both teams going to bring out here? Is it still going to be the double duelist, you think, here, Grammy, for NOBEAT?
I think so. I think NOBEAT are just gonna go back on the double duelist. They've been playing it throughout this whole tournament, and it has been working out for them. So I don't think there's gonna be many changes there. What I'm interested in is though, this Nikki's eggs composition, I think okay, honestly, I just want to see a KO because we didn't get to see that the last time around.
Yeah.
And I really think KO is a really strong pick on the map of Ascent.
Especially now that Killjoys and Cyphers are meta, especially now that hard Sentinels are go-tos here in Ascent as well. It's basically a requirement to have that dedicated Killjoy. So KO would definitely be a welcome sight. But by the looks of it, I don't think any of our teams like playing the KO. I'm taking a look at all the matches from yesterday. They default to Sova a lot of the times, and then you got Breach every now and then. Sky was shown once, but nothing else. I mean, even a Fade was not used once. Even the newer ones like Gecko or maybe even perhaps a Harbor will be shown up, not used yesterday. So perhaps now is something, or rather something is up the sleeves here on either squad. We did see Bankai on the Phoenix just last game on Haven. So who knows? Maybe it's time for something else here for NOBEAT. Maybe the double duelist might not be the way to go. Maybe on the other side, maybe for Nicky's eggs, they might not go for a standard comp here as well.
I mean, honestly, after Bankai's performance on the Phoenix last game, I want to see her on the Phoenix
Again.
on Ascent.
Yeah.
Because Ascent, honestly, is a pretty good map for Phoenix. You're able to take mid control with the wall as well as a curveball, the flash to go through the wall, and it establishes so much pressure on the side, especially Bankai on the running back. It's just devastating.
Yeah. And if you remember that back in like early Valorant, Ascent and Phoenix go hand in hand, especially in competitive play. Phoenix was everywhere as well. Then, well, with fast forward to now, where nobody plays Phoenix anymore. Apart maybe for some niche picks every now and then. Last year, it was Scream playing Phoenix, which brought on a wave of Phoenix players. But now that's completely died out, replaced by, well, so many other options, to be completely frank. Especially, well, with the prominence of initiators here in Ascent, Phoenix really has fallen out of fashion. But enough about the theory craft, enough about the predictions. We're ready with the agent select, so let's find out what compositions both teams are going to be putting to the table here. Is it going to be the double duelist again? Well, I think, yeah, it will. It will.
I mean, unless,
It will. I mean,
I mean, it will.
trust.
It will. It's gonna be Secret back on her comfort pick of the Reyna and bye bye. This time around on the Raze instead of the Omen. Bankai is the one who picks up the controller role.
Ooh. Gonna be really interesting to see how Bankai plays this Omen. Probably gonna play it very similar to the way she played the Phoenix in the last game.
Probably.
I mean, if you think about it, Phoenix and
Choose
Omen
your
do
agent.
have the same strengths, short range combat.
Wait. No.
Wait a
Okay.
second.
That just a sec. I saw
A glimmer.
something interesting. A glimmer of hope for something out of the norm here. Bankai, but she's just gonna go back on the Omen, so I think it's a pretty standard composition. The Omen as the controller, Killjoy as a dedicated sentinel, and the duelist on the side of Nicky's eggs. Actually, Honey's gonna be back on the jet.
Interesting though, from Nicky's eggs, they went for a double initiator, but it is a breach into a sky. I mean, typically Sova dominates this map. Fade is very, very powerful here as well. But not going for any hard information. Instead, a ton of utility and soft info on the sky is not something that a lot of people do. In fact, it's something that I haven't seen in forever. Sky, well, really well to be paired with those info gathering agents, but along with the breach, they do provide a ton of utility. But you just, I feel like you just miss out a lot in terms of info, in terms of possibilities. I mean, particularly in the wall bank potential of having a Fade or a Phoenix
Right.
or a Sova. But perhaps they're just going for a much bolder approach here, much aggressive, much more hands-on approach, which I really, really like here from Nicky's eggs. It screams confidence to me, and that's the one thing they need if they want to turn this around against Beats. It's no Beats.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
definitely agree with you right there. I think the composition allows for them to try and get Honey into really aggressive positions. There's so many flashes that are gonna be going on the side of Nicky's eggs and Novi. They have to be prepared for that.
That they do. Okay, here we go. Game number 2. It's do or die time for Nicky's Eggs, who remember has had a uncontested run up to this point when they finally seemingly met their matcher on No Beat. Who is going to take the pistol? No Beat is exceptionally good at taking pistol rounds. How is Nicky's Eggs how they're going to accept or receive this push is the question. Seems like it's going to be with a little bit of aggression down in mid. Hani in wine with a shorty. I would expect Hani to pull up a little bit closer, but it's just in wine, so it's going to have to be a struggle to actually find a little bit of value with it. Vermeer setting up. Oh no, now they know what? I think that was a misclick.
Yeah, I think that was accidental.
Yeah.
But still, she gets out alive. They have information on the B side itself. The turret gonna be spotting out. Raise. Bye-bye here. And Honey, change of position from her. Minotaur might get caught out here. Oh no! It's Minotaur who wins that fight instead. With the classic right click. Working well in that range.
No!
What? Again! The right click!
Wow.
Not the right click. Secret good for one. Devourer is up. So much health to work with here, but unfortunately
planted.
will fall to Minji.
What is happening to Nicky's Eggs here? Just faltering left, right, and center. The players have been committing these mistakes, these careless mistakes. Bankai though from the right. That is going to be the team ace for No Beat. So many mishaps from No Beat there. Started off with the shorty, which baited out the tailwind for no good reason actually. That meant that Hani Pham, well, didn't have that safety net. And then right here, a bit of a mishap from Neon. Just they have to keep it together here for this egg. I mean, it's sure it's just the start of the second game here, but they have to keep their composure.
Stay safe. Here.
Simon, two shorties. Might be an interesting play. It seems like they want to try and make the Sky Flash a default, so as to keep Nobi guessing whether or not Hani might be playing in wine. They have to commit some time to try and diligently and disciplinedly clear it out. But this time around, though, Secret is the one who finds the first pick. She wants to go in for this Devourer to heal back up, but unfortunately is unable to do so. She has to get out alive.
Oh, the flank! Look at Cat.
Okay.
Tree.
Oh, this is paranoid. Oh,
Wow.
this time though, it's Nian who wins out this classic battle between her and Bye Bye. Recon Dart gets broken, but I think they might be unaware that there's actually a player on site. Bankai finds her counterpart in the form of Minji. It's all up to Nian to try and hold on this side, but with the reinforcements coming in from Nobi,
Yeah.
things are looking dangerous for them.
Things looking very shaky. And again, it's just a shorty for one of their
30
players.
seconds left.
Hani Pham, that is. Yeah, this is gonna be a really, really tough ask here. Hani Pham already going down.
Oh.
Secret with a nasty shot. Mid-air. That's 2-0 on the board in favor of No Beats. Not any damage. Well, a little bit of damage on one player going down, but should be able to shrug it off here. And yeah,
seconds.
Charlie back
Secret.
down.
Despite being on a sliver of health, she's able to win out her duels, and with that Devourer online, able to take out this third as well. So coming to this next round, they are gonna have quite a bit of weaponry to play with. Four guns, say NICKY'S Eggs. Their rifle round stats now. They don't want to have a repeat happening on side
Cover going down.
on Haven itself, so they might try to take things a little slower this time around. But with this Lear that's coming in, no, I don't think that's the case. The turret, the alarm bot, all this utility. Hell's not clear.
Yeah, it is not indeed. Neon pops off. Gets 3. Gets the spike out in the open as well. Minotaur Santiago off with a very, very tall order in front of them.
Swarm grenade.
Nobody even going down yet for the side of Nicky's Eggs. This could be what they've needed all along. An unsung hero emerges from behind. They're getting pushed. Paranoia getting readied. Minji unready for the swing. Santiago, the aftershock, the headshot. It's too much. Nicky's eggs. Gotta be thanking Neon for that pop-off. One on the board, finally. For them.
And this Boombot not clearing her out and her winning out this first fight just meant that Neon
Player standing.
pop-up potential is there. We've seen it before now. It's as if they don't want a repeat of the first game where they lost out on a rifle round, but I think this might be a this is a very crucial round for both teams. If NOBEAT are able to win it out, they will start building up their economy. It seems like it's gonna be a fast beat hit this time around. Honey, for one, this push down mid, so unexpected by NOBEAT. That means they already have the sight. Bye Bye on a sliver of health. Once again, the reload coming through, but Bye Bye is the one who catches the timing. Satchels back to safety, gets shot out of the air by Roar.
Headshot too, no less. Wow. Plucks her out of the sky like that. Santiago still in main. Oh, doesn't get the shot quite in. Empress activated just to try and save this round from falling apart here by Secret. Aftershock
Enemy remaining.
comes in. Secret gets destroyed, and Minotaur holds the line here. 1v3. Can she do it? No. Nicky's eggs strike back. 2-2 now as they even up the scoreline.
I think there was a play being made by the initiators and the Jet down mid. I think they know that NOBEAT love to try and fight for this mid control. Looking at the late lurks that they have set up every time, the layers to their post plant situation, and Honey,
One enemy remaining.
with the help of the initiators, she's able to find that first pick down mid, making things so much harder for the side of NOBEAT. And now NOBEAT, the economy is broken. They have to go on a save.
Right there.
It's a very different look already from game number 1, right? NOBEAT finally meeting a ton of resistance here. 2-2. Has to scramble through the playbook, but right now, just a push from Hani.
my.
Beautifully done with the flash as well. This is what I've been talking about. The synergy between the Breach and the Jet, when you've got that communication, is absolutely amazing. NOBEAT.
And with the Sky, you get a regrowth to heal
True.
back up as well.
True. On top of having extra layer of flashes. Just in case you run out of flashes on the Breach. So have a Sky. Now,
Shadows traveling.
scattered approach right now from NOBEAT, actually taking control of mid. And I would reckon they want to push down into tree just to make the most out of the short range weaponry, which is exactly what they're doing now.
That's true, but with 3 people on A and Honey, a little bit of an off angle here. Roar is the one who wins this fight in tree. Santiago good for the trade as a weapon upgrade in tree if they can make it there. But with this trades coming through, Bye Bye, the last one left alive, has a rifle in her hands. The paranoia is good, just at the right timing. Bye Bye, caught unaware. Honey cleans up the round.
Come amped. Let's go.
Nicky's
We got
eggs,
things to do.
finally they're in the lead.
Yep. First time in this series. Start off with this setup play from Hani and Roar. Reinforcing down tree as well, choosing to let it go to the hands. NOBEAT here. Secured himself 3 rounds on the board. Fair bit of damage done. 2 people.
Could be some mid aggression coming here. Already, they expect this though. Secret, good for 1. Honey
Spike down
tries to
mid.
trade it out, still alive down in mid. 9 bullets and a gun. It's a 3v3 situation. She's trying to isolate her fights. Minji
One enemy
finds that pick
remaining.
onto Minotaur, and Honey good for 3 in a round. Once again, all down to Bankai. She's made things work before, but with 5 health to her name, I don't think there's a lot she can do. She does find the first though.
She does. 1v2. Spike is nowhere near. Does she have the ult?
Alarm bot out.
I think so. I think she does have the ult, which is why she's making her way towards a site. 5 HP. Not a lot, to say the least. Honey Fam on her way in. Oh no! The timing is impeccable!
Harder.
Even a flick to cap it off. 4K for Hani. Bankai goes down. NOBEAT. Trailing by 2. And I'm starting to like these scrappy rounds here, Grammy. Everyone just fighting down in mid. It's an absolute battleground. At the end of the day, it's a game and a half. 4-2 in favor of NICKY'S Eggs as they rack up the ults. Look, 4 ults available for them.
You can see the adaptation coming in from both these teams actually. NOBEAT, they're aware that NICKY'S Eggs realize that they love to fight mid. And this time around, though, they want to take the fight to A. Honey fam, good for one. Bankai with the trade. That's a rifle upgrade in their hands. Secret, the Reyna has the pop-up potential here.
Again, absolute chaos is broken loose here. A site getting swarmed. This time, NICKY'S Eggs just letting NOBEAT take control of the site. Don't want any more messes this time.
Spike planted.
Ult comes out. Doesn't spot out anyone yet. A little bit too early, but that's okay. At least they've taken control of the site. They've got really good positions. The lockdown is there. So is Rolling Thunder. There's not really much else to do here except sit and wait it out. But Secret decides to swing in the Minotaur. Good for one. Just tries to get another. Wow, they end the round before the lockdown even pops. And no beat. What a push.
This is exactly what the playstyle of NOBEAT is. Take these fights into the hands of the opposing team. NICKY'S Eggs here, they don't care. They just want to make sure that this lockdown is being broken and they're able to win out their fights like that. This is exactly why they picked up the double duelist composition, and all the whole of the team is pulling their weight. And Honey though, interesting buy this time around. The judge in the hands wants to go for a little bit of a cheese play. In Secret, not hearing any aggression down mid, is aware, saves that Leer for later. But look where Honey is. This read from NOBEAT is great. Like, they're not pushing into Honey's position. Just as of yet, the mid take coming through for the side of NOBEAT here. Minotaur still waiting for a team to do the push up mid. Oh no!
Wow. How does Minotaur survive? 31 HP. If she went down there, that's a spike. That's a very, very fortunate encounter there for NOBEAT. They start to chip away at the defense here in tree. The 3 people rotating into sight. Wow, what a wide swing from Bai. And what?
Oh,
Neon okay?
Neon
with
again.
double tap. Third
Again.
kill in the round, and she's not done yet. What?
Can't use that
This
yet.
girl is a menace here on the defense. Threat comes out. Just a little bit of time, but from down under, Minotaur doesn't survive. Bankai. She's all that stands in the way of the ace. Of the defuse. It's a 1v2. Paranoia's already run out. Spamming it down. Perfect crosshair placement. Gets the headshot. Runs out of bullets though. She has to push. 1 HP left. And Bankai clutches it out. Beautiful stuff here from Bankai. Evens out the scoreline one more time. What a round. That was very well done from Neon. Bankai just outshines her again.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Here.
This was insane. It was like Neon just made
Enemy remaining.
the A side her playground, and 4 kills on the board. Unfortunately, was unable to win it out. Bankai clutches it out 1v2 situation, and now NICKY'S Eggs, they don't have the economy to work with anymore. Honey seems to want to go aggressive here, but I think they're aware that NOBEAT is expecting aggression, especially on an eco round like this.
Actually, NICKY'S Eggs not becoming as aggressive as I would expect. It's tight corners, sure, but nobody's pushing up. And you can see the positions from NOBEAT, they're ready to receive. However, now that no noise has been made, they're slowly inching forward. They're about to make contact here on all angles. And he brings out the Bucky. It's Secrets on the board first. Beautiful dismiss there. Roar instant stun, but Secret dodges it just in the nick of time. Opens up a site off that one frag. No beat again. Get the spike down.
Bye-bye spots out the first Minji. She's aware.
Blocking sight.
The Bankai might be playing up on this Jenny position.
Bucky close. Oh no!
Oh, this time it's Honey who wins this close match, but Secret though
Turret out.
trades it out. Down to the 2v4. In the end, what can you do from this position? Trying to wait for any aggression to come in, but unfortunately Secret, the ace denied, but Bankai is there for the trade. And once again, NOBEAT taking the lead away from NICKY'S eggs.
Nice shot. Sneak around. Not much damage
Player
done.
standing.
Secret just popping off. 4K for her. 5-4. Just on the score in favor of No Beat, and immediately NICKY'S eggs pull the timeout here. I wouldn't necessarily say that the timeout was necessary here, but this is them just trying to rack up the strats here. And for the most part, I don't think we've seen NICKY'S eggs become too aggressive too often. It's been a while. It's been a while since they pushed down mid. It's been a while since we had a scrappy fight. And besides, that doesn't necessarily translate to much success for them. More or less, it's still a 50-50, even when NICKY'S eggs push. Which is... that's no beat for you. That's just how good no beat adjusts to their playstyle. So NICKY'S eggs... the challenge is really, really tough for them. How are they going to approach this next round? Now that they've got the guns again, how do they get the advantage? Or even to try to at least even it up. Even up the score.
I mean, they have this timeout to reset their minds, try to find a way to counter strat. Anti-strat, no beats plays here. But NOBEAT though, they have so many ultimates online. Things might get difficult for NICKY'S eggs. And once again, look at NOBEAT. They're expecting this aggression to come from mid. The shoulder spotted by Secret. Flash is good though. Secret's gonna get tagged out, tries to regain this mid control for a team.
Seems like after the timeout, didn't really change much in their strategy here. NICKY'S eggs, they're just pushing again. Okay, nice sky flash there, but Santiago ready for this trade. They could set up for another play down in mid, but they've already established a bit more mid control there after no beat. Just cleared it out. NICKY'S eggs.
You should
No
run.
information. It's dead silent until the lockdown is commenced. B site emerging to be the target here for no beat as they start to make their way
Swarm grenade.
into position.
Swarm grenade out.
A lot of each other being thrown by Neon, but what can this do against the face of a lockdown and the smokes? Not really much. But no beat struggling a little bit just to get a sight because of it. Now they get the plant. 4v4.
Spike planted.
His B site retake is definitely a hard one.
So, especially since Santiago has the Hunter's Fury. His paranoia is good, stalls so much time for the team to push through, and Lemire losing that fight. Minotaur.
Oh,
The trades are coming through. Showstopper invested.
there you go.
Connects onto Roar. And it's 6 points on the board for NOBEAT.
6-4. NICKY'S eggs is their last chance to even up the scoreline, but it's not really like the easiest of tasks, is it? I mean, after that timeout, they pulled the same thing that they did. I believe it was in the pistol. But instead of a breach flash, they used a sky flash. Fortunately, it's the second time they pull it out, so NICKY'S eggs are shadow, so no beat. They were expecting that.
Let's make some chaos.
So Honey Pam, unable to get away scot-free, traded out. Even though they pulled that one strat, no beat still was able to win the round because of the trade.
But this time though, look where Honey is.
Again. No, not a shorty this time. Trailblazer comes out and wow. Jig is up. They know. They were unable to punish anyone with that wine play again. And A-side getting swarmed by the players of NOBEAT. A little bit of info being bought from the shadows. Again, they're gonna get spiked down here in the site. A-site, that is. Flash is beautiful, beautiful swing as well. Santiago dodge it. Honey Bomb in a bit of trouble. Cloud Burst ain't gonna save her this time. What is that? That's back to the face as Burner goes down, and that is the Hunter's Fury as a supplement. Bye-bye, it's taken down by Santiago. That's okay, NOBEAT still secured the round. They're one away from 8 points.
You can see once they noted this aggression coming through from Catwalk here, the players who were pushing out of A from NOBEAT, they pinch NICKY'S eggs from both sides and they're unable to deal with it at all. And this is the last shot that NICKY'S eggs have on his defending half. It is a full buy round for both teams, so there is potential for them to be to win it out with Honey going aggressive once again. All these smokes is obscuring so much vision from the side of NOBEAT. They are unable to trade it out at all. Honey still looking for more. Unfortunately, he's gonna fall to bye-bye. But the spike's in control of NICKY'S eggs. So much so that it's one more with her. Bye-bye, trying to even the numbers back down once again. With the satchel.
Spike's here.
Paint shells to deny the space.
I have the spike.
And the spike retrieved for them. Minji though wants to go aggressive. Picks up the kill onto bye-bye. Last one left alive. Bankai good for one. Still doable. 1v2 situation.
NICKY'S eggs just unrelenting. They refused to let the spike go away for free. So they chip down NOBEAT to the last person here. Bantia's got no info, which is why she's approaching this from heaven.
30 seconds left.
And by now, she should be able to hear these footsteps coming in from mid. I'm not sure if she knows there's 2 people there, though. Press 1, and she doesn't even win the fight against Neon. NICKY'S eggs, okay, at least they're able to take down one off the board from NOBEAT there. And you can see it right here, Gabby. If they win the fights in these scrappy moments, they're gonna win the round. But that's the thing. When you take the fight to NOBEAT, sometimes they win too. so it's not really the most it's not the most consistent of strats, but if Hani can get the kills like that and get the man advantage, NICKY'S eggs can find that success.
Definitely agree with you. And now that they are on the attacking side, they're able to set the tempo here. And it seems like both these teams, they really love fighting for this mid control, which is really important to have on a map like Ascent. Because you get so much information, you're able to kind of rotate, and you're able to go to both sides. Bye-bye seems to want to challenge the smoke here, but the rest of the team from NICKY'S eggs are trying to make their way up into tree. Minotaur expecting this though. Santiago is there as well for the follow-up. The guiding light comes through, but Vermeer still gets spotted out. Takes Secret down. Nien good for one with that nano summer. Bankai is there for the trade. These things, the dust settles down to the 2v3. Santiago, she's aware the players lurking up mid.
How's NICKY'S eggs going to recover from this? Trailblazer, shock dart. Minji finds one. Nice distraction play there.
Scanning ahead.
And Santiago trying to hold the line in tree.
Oh, no.
Successfully so. 1 HP left.
30 seconds left. Spike
Should be an
planted.
easy post plant here against Vermeer. And Kai. Okay, that's how it's done. Jumps into the swing, into the air strafe. That's 8-5 in favor of NOBEAT. Another pistol round for the books.
Here.
NOBEAT, as you mentioned before, they're really good at winning out their pistol rounds, and that just means that The second round, they're able to buy up, they're able to gain this gun advantage over NICKY'S eggs, which makes NICKY'S eggs' job
One
so
enemy
much
remaining.
harder. Look at this again. Minji just peeking right before the dark cover the dark cover materializes, gets taken out. It seems though, NICKY'S eggs want to go in for this force buy.
Yeah, they do. Don't want to
They didn't
risk.
get the spike plant down.
Well, still have enough for Stingers and Spectre, so willing to still risk it. Much slower approach this time. And this is the hard part when you don't
Here.
really have that Sova or Fade. You don't have that hard info. Have to rely on a Trailblazer, and after the fact, that's it. Line comes out. Stinger gets shut down by Bankai X. Now Bye Bye is up close and personal to their faces against the dark covers. Minotaur finds Kim Minji. And Spike, not even inside yet. All of that achieves basically nothing because they can't even get the Spike down here, Grim.
And both these players trapped just behind this dark cover. So many people looking at it, and this guiding light doesn't even catch Bankai off. They have no choice to try and take the fight somewhere else, but this is already being expected by the side of Nobi. Look at Secret, she's
30
pushing
seconds
up
left.
towards mid to keep these players of NICKY'S eggs trapped in B main.
Last player
Still
They
standing.
have to make a play, but
Spike
unfortunately,
down B.
Bankai just
The swing.
Bankai just doesn't stop. When she feels it, she feels it. And she's just gonna go in. Look at this. Look at just how deep Bye Bye were.
Last player
Weren't
standing.
expecting that because they already spotted up the two players. And then Bye Bye jumped in from market right outside the dark cover. 9-5, no beat. Certainly making NICKY'S eggs work for each and every round. The first two
and as you mentioned, they
pistols.
don't really have like an info gathering
Yeah.
initiator
Yeah.
in the form of like a Sovar or Fade or maybe even a KO, which could potentially shut down the Killjoy utility on the opposite side of the map right there for Hani to try and make it onto site. Unfortunately, they won't have the luxury. It's so much harder for Hani to try and go for these entry frags, especially since Nobi, they already want to take the fight to them. Bankai wins the first. Secret good for the trade. Dismisses back to safety as well. And Nobi, they win out this fight down A main.
3v4. No beat again. Dealing as much damage as they could. Gotta remember though, NICKY'S eggs, they went for a force buy, so this round looking well, not too good to say the least in terms of eco. Dark covers come out, execute not yet. I was just waiting for a little bit of info. Aftershock comes out, buys himself a ton of space. Secret already makes her way into the site though. Terrorizes everyone in front of her, and the run and gun right click secures the 4K and secures the 10th round here for no beats. 2 rounds away from match point here then.
This aggression coming in from the side of Nobi.
30 seconds left. Last player standing.
Somewhat expected from NICKY'S eggs, but unfortunately, Lesser Guns just unable to deal with this. And the timeout once again from the side of NICKY'S eggs, they have to find a way to deal with these plays that Nobi have been making. You see, they switch up their plays a couple of times. When you see them have stronger guns, they'll tend to play back on the site itself and wait for NICKY'S eggs to push into them. But once in a while, they switch up the tempo, they push the issue, as you saw in A main just now, and gain the upper hand right off the bat. NICKY'S eggs, they have to find a way to read when this aggression will come through from Nobi.
That's the thing, right? It's really, really hard. Especially with each and every adjustment that they make after every round. Timeout early in the second half here, but they have no choice. NICKY'S Eggs lost the pistol. And they're playing against double digits.
Here.
They've got to deny getting match point early here for NOBEAT. Otherwise, they're going to get stuck here at 5. Now's their best chance, actually. NOBEAT scrambled by. A couple of Spectres. A couple of Vandals, too, but should have the upper hand here still theoretically. Bye-bye in a 1v1 with the turret. Okay, successfully winning that one with Bankai's help. 2v1, actually. Trailblazer gets blinded.
Shadows traveling.
On his spots out one player. And look, it's just a struggle to even get into key areas of the map. Because they don't really have any info.
Cover going out.
It's true, but it seems like they might want to make a play down in mid here. Bye. Somewhat of an unexpected position. It is our drone trying to clear out his B site. Just waiting for the execute. The smoke comes down. The dart cover comes through. Paint shells as well. Nanoswarm popped. Damage.
30 seconds left.
Got on the side of NICKY'S Eggs, but they're the one who are winning the fights. Bankai though does pick up one in the form of Minji. Santiago good for one as well, but they still have yet to clear the side. Minotaur, she's still on side, and with 12 seconds left on the clock, Nien has to go big roar as well. Oh no!
Oh no.
Spike down B.
32. Time ticking away. And NICKY'S Eggs haven't got the spike down. Minotaur's just playing with her. Task completed. And he even gets the kill. Upgrade 2. It can't get any worse for NICKY'S Eggs. That was so close. He's still so far away.
10 seconds left.
Such a good attempt too. Came down to the wire. Both of them ran out of bullets there. But NOBEAT still securing the round means they get the guns. And they're one away. They're at hand's reach of that win, of that title. They're moments away from securing match point for now. But that is still NICKY'S Eggs we're talking about here. Maybe about a scattered by, still have some fight left in them. Secret isolates. Yeah. And look at the discipline as well from NOBEAT. Despite the fact that they saw more than 2 people there, they don't rotate into A. Except, oh, they have a flank in mid. If NICKY'S Eggs try and contest this mid position, or perhaps even go into cat where they're pinging right now, this could prove to be very deadly.
Definitely so. This crossfire being set up by Bye. A catwalk. The players set up in catwalk. This is so much information for the side of NOBEAT. They know that NICKY'S Eggs, they're just trapped.
I've got your trail.
This A position, they have no choice but to push forward off the back of the Seekers as well as the Trailblazer. Honey
You should
wants to
run.
go aggressive. This lockdown invested as well. Secret still playing on the side. Gets flashed up, doesn't matter. The tailwind is good. But Secret on the side, good for 2. They are able to retrieve a couple of rifles here though. The spike plant is gonna go down. Now it's time for the post plant, but Bye.
Oh, nice swing there. Spike already gone down, so NICKY'S Eggs is just one of the farthest they've come in these attack rounds. Paint shells chucked, and there's nowhere for Minji to go. Not like that.
Thanks.
NOBEAT secure match point with a paint shells into hell.
30
And
seconds
like I
left.
said, NICKY'S Eggs, if they haven't gotten that one pivotal round 2 rounds ago, they'd be stuck at 5, and here we are.
One enemy
Match
remaining.
point. No more timeouts available for them. Do they even have the guns? At least they do. That's the silver lining. 2 ults as well, but no big ones at that. The closest one they have is Rolling Thunder, which is 2 orbs away.
around. They set the sights towards mid, but Bye Bye is already pushing up so aggressively. They might not be aware of this.
Okay, there you go.
Vermeer wins out the fight. Santiago unable to trade as the rest of the players of Nicky's Eggs, they run it down mid.
Blocking sight.
So much pressure coming down. This hour drone to try and gather information might be too little too late. Because all these players are already making their way towards B, pinching in Bankai from both sides. She's still able to win out the fight onto Nian.
4v4. Road to Roar finds Santiago. Nicky's Eggs. Okay. Find themselves stuck a little bit in logs there, but at least they make their way out of it. Minotaur's still inside though. Oh, it finds one. The nano.
Last player standing.
Beautifully done. Oh, botches the shots though. That's the round there for Nicky's Eggs with 3 people left standing. So Eco looking pretty good after that. And this is the most crucial kill, I believe. Bye going down there. Got them a Vandal
Last player
and
standing.
got them the confidence to look for fights. Get themselves into the site. Oh, but immediate timeout for Nobi. They want to end this right now.
That's true, and with Killjoy lockdown as well as the Hunter's Fear online, this retake could look deadly for the side of Nicky's Eggs if they choose to invest the Rolling Thunder for the site take. And with their backs against the wall, Nicky's Eggs, they have to find a way to deal with this utility that NOBEAT have.
This is, in hindsight, actually, this is a good timeout for Nicky's Eggs as well. Just try to relieve some of that pressure off the players. Just take a breather. Even if they... I'm not sure about the rules here of the timeout, but even if they are unable to talk here in this timeout, if they aren't, they could still like take a second to relax and breathe for a second. I know I repeated so many words there, but you get my point. Still a good thing for both squads here, that timeout, but no beat. They gotta be planning something off of that. They got the lockdown and the Hunter's Fury. Bye-byes. 1 orb away from the showstopper too.
Here.
And they're pulling back their defense here. Gearing up for what seems like a quick rotate in case a little bit of info is given away. Early dark cover investment as well on both mid and A main. That slows down the push from Nicky's Eggs by a ton. Still no info being garnered by NOBEAT here at all, but Nicky's Eggs, same as could be said for them. As they start and gear up for a split, it seems like.
Here.
Oh no, there's this hole. There's smoke. I don't think they'll be expecting this, but Ro is the one who wins it out. Bankai though tried to trade it out for a team. Minji wins that fight. The only one left on side is gonna be Seeker, who gets taken out by Minji. And suddenly the tides have turned. Numbers advantage given over to the hands of Nicky's Eggs, as they have to go in for this retake.
Nice execute there. Oh, Bird doesn't spot out info from Bye. There's a flank. Bye not ready for it. She might get taken down.
Enemy remaining.
Oh, she still finds a kill. The paint shells. What? Well, okay, Nicky's Eggs managed to pull through. And this is the round that NOBEAT starts to feel that bank pressure. Are they gonna save here?
One enemy remaining.
The safer bet would be to do so, but could also just force buy and then rush, which is definitely something that NOBEAT could do, or they could just half buy and rush.
Here.
I mean, they have the showstopper
That's true. They have 4 ults.
for
4 big ults.
yeah.
Okay.
That fight looked dangerous from the side of Amir for a second, but he's able to win it out. His crossfire though cleared out by the on the left. Minotaur unable to go for the trade. Unfortunately for her. Once again, Nicky's eggs, they have the upper hand in this round.
Ooh. They're going for the execute, no beats. Well, remember, they don't really have much weaponry, so NICKY'S eggs from the get-go had a massive advantage here. And the area that reached no beat seems to struggle keeping control of is 3. Always getting flanked, always getting pushed like that. Secret coming in from behind, though. Somehow finding a kill. And a second to that. Can dismiss the safety. Oh, doesn't need to! Still full HP. She's dodging bullets like the Matrix. And now it's all down to Neon. Lockdown is there too. This could be it here, Grammy. No beats are doing it. And Secret, just a Spectre is enough against Hellfire. She wins it all for no beat, and that is it. They're gonna be your champions of Game Changers April Academy. Wow.
What a play. What a play from Secret right there.
I know.
She just went huge. 4 big kills in the span of 15 seconds. Just as the spike went down, and she's able to win it out for a team, top of the scoreboard as well, with 299 ACS to a name.
I think this is the biggest performance we've seen from Secret. Turning up at the last moment, at the grand finals, no less. And gotta give credit where credit's due. Bankai, bye-bye. A ton of consistency on between these two players. No matter what agents you put them on. And that's just it, right, Grammy? You can put them on any agent, it feels like. Bankai sometimes playing that duelist even. What a performance. Yeah, what a performance.
NOBEAT, they just completed their Cinderella run in
That
a
is
sense.
true. That
Got
is true.
knocked down to the lower bracket by
Early.
none other than Crazy Girls themselves, and fought their way all the way to the lower bracket finals, met back up with Crazy Girls, defeated them to go advance into the grand finals, and beating out NICKY'S eggs in the best of 3. What a run from NOBEAT.
Yeah, and they've been playing games after games after games where they were backed up against the wall after getting defeated by Crazy Girls yesterday, right? I mean, every single team that they faced off yesterday after getting beat by Crazy Girls, they could have taken them down, but they just refused to do so. You talk about Astro and Oriole and Crazy Girls again facing off against them earlier. Each and every one of those teams could have taken them down, but now that they've taken the grand final slots, they're not going to stop there, are they? They're just going to continue on their rampage. They take out the undefeated NICKY'S eggs. What a show from both squads, but NOBEAT just emerging victorious. And congratulations to them. They're going to be your champions for the Game Changers Academy this April. But NICKY'S eggs, they're still second place. Not too bad of a run for them. I mean, they walk off with just 2 map losses this entire tournament, which is very, very impressive here on their side. And the future is bright. Definitely, the future is bright for all of the players in this lobby. I honestly wasn't thinking this entire time that everyone is plat and below here, because everyone is performing absolutely fantastically here. The future is bright in terms of competitive play for the talents we have in our lobby right now.
That is definitely true, and I definitely look to the future for these players. I'm excited to see them perform once again in future events, as maybe make their way into the main circuit of Game Changers itself. But for now, we're gonna end it here. This has been Grammy and Datum casting for Valorant Game Changers Academy April. We'll see you next time.
See you next time. Thank you.